I stopped parenting my family and everything collapsed. My mom said it halfway through Thanksgiving dinner, like she'd been holding it in all day. I was explaining, again, why my dad needed to see a cardiologist. He'd been complaining about chest pain for weeks, brushing it off like it was heartburn or stress. I had his medication list open on my phone. I was trying to be calm, factual, careful. My sister stared at her mashed potatoes. My brother kept tearing pieces off a dinner roll like it was the most interesting thing in the world. And then my mom snapped. "You're not the parent here," she said. "Stop acting like you run this family." It landed hard, not loud, not dramatic, just final. So I nodded, said okay, and I meant it. I left that night, didn't help clear the table, didn't pack leftovers into labeled containers like I usually did, didn't double check that my dad had taken his evening meds, didn't remind my brother about his court date coming up the next week. I just grabbed my coat and drove home. The next morning my phone buzzed. "Mom, what time is your dad's appointment on Tuesday?" I stared at it for a long time. Then I put my phone face down and went to work. She wanted me to stop acting like the parent, so I did. Day 3, my sister called, already frantic. "Mom can't find the insurance cards. Where do you keep them?" "I don't keep them anymore," I said. There was a pause. "What do you mean you don't?" "I mean, I don't." I hung up before she could say anything else. I'd been managing everything for 6 years. Every doctor's appointment, every prescription refill, every insurance call that took 40 minutes and 3 transfers, every birthday reminder, every crisis. I was 28 years old and had been the family's unpaid administrator since I was 22, right after my dad's first heart attack when my mom told me she just couldn't handle the stress. That first week, I made a list of everything I stopped doing, just to see it in black and white. 14 medications tracked and refilled, 3 separate doctors' schedules coordinated, 2 insurance calls a week, 1 monthly budget spreadsheet, Sunday grocery delivery for their house, driving my brother to NA meetings twice a week for 9 months, paying for the lawn service, paying for the cleaning service. All of it stopped. Week 2, my dad ended up in the ER. Wrong medication. My mom had mixed up his pills. My sister called me sobbing. "You need to come to the hospital." "Why?" I asked. "I'm not the parent." She didn't know what to say. I hung up and went to my pottery class, the one I'd signed up for months ago and kept missing because something always came up. I made a vase. It was lopsided and ugly and mine. My hands were shaking the whole time, but I stayed. Dad was fine. They caught it in time. I sent flowers to his room with a short card. I didn't visit. Week 3, my brother got arrested. Missed his court date, the one I used to remind him about, the one I used to drive him to when he forgot. My mom called screaming, not scared, angry. "How could you let this happen?" she yelled. "I didn't," I said. "You told me I wasn't the parent." The silence on the line stretched so long I thought she'd hung up. "I didn't mean you should abandon us," she said finally, her voice smaller. "I didn't abandon you," I said. "I stopped running your lives. There's a difference." She started crying. I didn't. That weekend she showed up at my apartment just as I was heading out the door. I had concert tickets in my hand, tickets I'd bought months earlier and never used because someone always needed something. "We need you," she said. "I can't do this without you." I really looked at her then. She looked exhausted, older, like she'd aged 10 years in 3 weeks. "You don't need me," I said. "You need a manager, someone to fix everything so you don't have to. And I let you turn me into that because it made me feel important." "That's not true," she said quickly. "When was the last time you asked how I was doing?" I asked. She opened her mouth, closed it. "When was the last time any of you showed up for me? Remembered my birthday without me reminding you? Asked about my job? My life?" She couldn't answer. "I've been so busy managing your emergencies," I said, "that I forgot I'm allowed to have my own life." I got in my car and drove away while she cried in the parking lot. I went to the concert. It was loud and crowded and perfect. Since then, she's called 42 times. Dad's called. My sister left voicemails about how selfish I'm being. My brother sent a long text about how I'm punishing the whole family. But I've been to 4 concerts. I started dating someone I actually like. I got a promotion because I finally have the mental space to focus. I signed a lease on a bigger apartment just for me. They'll figure it out, or they won't. Either way, I'm not coming back.